This Webquest is called Design a Student, and it is a tertiary aspiration and awareness raising activity for students in Year 10. Using a constructive design thinking process, students create a fictional university student based on investigation and analysis of the various options available. Students then present their imaginary student to their classmates and describe the student's life, from application to uni through to graduation. Students will research all aspects of being a uni student and make choices for their design student in all aspects of his or her academic, financial, social and personal life. The aim of this activity is to provide key information to Year 10 students as they prepare for set planning and subject selections. Although this activity is not designed to meet a specific school curriculum area, it does have relevance to elements of curriculum areas such as technologies, HPE, mathematics and English. The Design a Student Webquest contributes significantly to development in all 7 general capabilities and is also well placed to form a part of a career education program for the middle and senior phases of learning. The Year 10 students undertaking this Webquest attend any one of our 54 priority schools across the region. The school engagement team at James Cook University works with these schools under the Federal Government's Higher Education Participation and Partnerships Programme. The aim of the HEP is to widen participation in tertiary education, particularly among students from low socioeconomic status backgrounds. Given the geography and demographics of our North and Far North Queensland regions, many students in the broader low SES grouping may also be Indigenous students and or from rural and remote areas. As such, this Webquest is designed to support these students, many of whom may be first in family to consider university education, or they may experience significant economic or cultural barriers, which this activity seeks to help them overcome. The tasks have been scaffolded to encourage students to confidently progress through the activity. They will have a lot of support from JCU student ambassadors, either in person, in schools or on campus, or virtually via the JCU Student Ambassador blog. We also have Student Ambassador email, and we can connect via Skype as well. And the JCU program delivery staff, that's the school engagement staff, will be there to assist as well. I'll move on now to describe the task in more detail and talk about the use of ICTs. And I'm going to do that by referring to the Design a Student concept map. So starting with the problem to be solved, students are introduced to the topic and the task, that they're going to design their own university student and make choices for their student from selecting and applying for a course right through to graduation. Students follow a 10-step process to research and then analyse various options to make choices and find solutions for their student. The Design a Student activity has been run previously as a paper-based and face-to-face activity, so the benefit of the Webquest is that we can actively engage students in the design thinking process and expand the information available to students. So using ICT tools, students research, collaborate online, design their uni student, and then interact as their new student as if to simulate a first day on campus, for example. At the end of the process, students present their imaginary student in video format to the rest of their class. The aim is to have something which can be viewed and shared online to showcase to their student. This presentation will be assessed in conjunction with the group's blog, where they will need to write justification for their students' choices. Successful presentations will be rewarded with a graduation certificate for the team student. Comprehensive teaching notes are provided to school staff as super users of the Webquest, along with in-school and online support from JCU student ambassadors and the school engagement team. So what kind of thinking will be involved in this? So with reference to Bloom's taxonomy, the students have to engage in higher order thinking, as the tasks require students to go beyond just remembering and understanding to actually applying the information researched. Analysis and evaluation of the information and options available to them will definitely be required in order to effectively create their own fictional student and to justify their choices. Using the Webquest taskonomy, The designer student activity starts with analytical tasks before becoming primarily a design task. To conclude, the Webquest engages learners in a self-knowledge task as they reflect on their own aspirations and learning pathways. This short video shows the Student Ambassador blog, a site which was created by student ambassadors and maintained by them. So basically, short clips and news items are frequently uploaded to showcase what our student ambassadors are up to. This group of ambassadors visited Ayr State High School, for example, recently. And then people can also post questions. So here we have an anonymous question that student ambassadors respond to. You can see different ambassadors having a go at giving their ideas there. And here we have a picture of ambassadors visiting Atherton State High School. And ambassadors also put up profiles. So this is a profile of Hannah, and she's put a little description of herself below. So she's a third-year dentistry student. And then we put information about other things such as Indigenous scholarships. So we put links to those items that would be useful. So heading back up to the top, there's a link to ask us anything. So here anybody can post a question to the student ambassadors just by clicking on the link, filling out the text box and hitting ask. They can also share things online, so this would also be a good place for students engaging in Designer Student to be able to ask questions and share maybe their ideas that they've had so far to get some feedback from student ambassadors. They can post links and things. Finally, there's a Contact Us link. So this has information about our email contact so that students can send an email directly to the ambassadors if they like. This is monitored not just by the ambassadors but also by the school engagement team. So that gives you an idea, and then you can just click back to the home page, and this is regularly updated by the ambassadors. Some equity and access considerations are the digital literacy of students and staff in schools. There is an assumption in this activity that all schools have computers and access to the internet. For some remote schools, access or internet speeds may limit the possibilities for some ICT engagement, but should still allow a functional level of engagement to complete the task. All activities are scaffolded and tutorial videos are included. Content needs to be carefully selected to provide information and links to websites that are targeted, relevant and culturally appropriate. Our student ambassadors are a powerful resource, and then we can engage with them to share their personal stories as Indigenous students, students from financially disadvantaged backgrounds, or who have grown up in remote areas and have successfully transitioned to university life. Some schools in our region offer limited or no OP subjects in senior school, so students will be encouraged to investigate alternative pathways into university, such as via the tertiary access course, diplomas and work experience. And finally, as equity practitioners, the school engagement team will be seeking ongoing feedback from all users so that continuous improvement can occur. Finally, from a design thinking perspective, we are incorporating socially engaged design and working with students from all our schools in this activity. So the results, in other words, the fictional students that are created, will provide valuable insights into the worlds of those students who we are most trying to reach. How do these students respond to their own challenges and situations? How do they overcome their own circumstances to reach a goal, assuming that that goal is going to uni? What solutions can we find by these students completing the Webquest that can help us to develop our programs and ultimately to increase access to university? Viewing the Webquest through this lens, it becomes a tool, a means for interacting with our target students in a meaningful way, thereby giving us valuable insights into their experience. We become partners in creative entrepreneurship. In the words of Tim Brown, today we have an opportunity to take their example and unleash the power of design thinking as a means of exploring new possibilities, creating new choices, and bringing new solutions to the world.